Good afternoon, everyone. Figured I wouldn't give it too much time starting up. I'm like, you know what? My computer's already open. Let's do it. Got nothing else open, right? Yeah, I'm good. All right. So I am going to be adding probably a couple things to the mod. Something else that's going to be interesting too, and I'm not sure how to implement it, but we will see how everything goes. We will indeed see. Let's open up my notepad here. Oh, use harmony to add a coolant temporal. Oh, a bool. Okay. Eventually we have to create taint and the blighted debuff. That will come later. I think everything's been balanced. I think everything's been done for this update. Really, it's just playtesting and adding a couple of things. For instance, what we are going to add now, we're going to hop in the game. What we are going to add now is rust sickness being applied to portals that are synthesizing, right? So by portals, I mean the Oculus. Let's add that. You get some rust sickness. It's not good for your health to stand when it's synthesizing. Honestly, it probably should be like all the portals, but I'll be nice. If it's sitting there idle, we're good. All right, and we're going to be drinking some Pepsi. Delicious. You know, I sometimes think, with Baby Triangle, if, you know, it's like that, I come from, poor stock, we shall say, you know, like, and a lot of the people, right? I always remember like them having beers in their hand, and I'm like, I wonder if my little guy's gonna think the same with me, because like I have a soda in my hand, but it's gonna be like, man, Dad was a heavy drinker, huh? Little does he know, I don't drink at all. Interesting. All right. I'm excited to get this new update out. I think it's going to a lot of quality of life in this one. It's funny. I was thinking about the past, you know, all the quality of life updates I did, and each time I think like, man, that was a really good update. And then the next update come, and I'm like, man, that's a really good update. I feel the same thing here. So we're getting there. It's definitely going to become a lot less work. Most of this stuff I shouldn't have to really touch or modify, which is awesome. It's so awesome. We need to create an Oculus. No, we don't. I need to get out of this world. And we need to go into my creative world, and we need to create the Oculus in there. No, wait, we have one created. I just need an Oculus that's sitting there idle. That's all I need. Oh yeah, that's right. Boom, boom. Explosions. Here we go. This is what I want. We got our Oculus. It is currently in the idle state. I want to apply rust sickness. Oh, let's grab... I don't care what we grab. Oculus pedestal, sure. Boop. So while it's synthesizing, we need to get rust sickness. So I think the way I'm going to do this, the portals don't really have a block entity to them. Nothing that's substantial anyways. If yeah, it looks like they do have one, but it's not a substantial thing. I'm thinking... what's the best way to do this? What is the best way? I'm gonna try and look at block first. Block portal. Because I think I can get it to where, like, on entity inside here. So I can have a couple things, right? I'm going to... Alright, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna say if... entity is entity player. So if entity is entity player, I'm going to look at the Nexus. We're going to look at the game tick for Nexus, negative effects. This is basically what I want to run. I want to run a dumbed down version of this right here. Hey Fritz, how's it going? And I think I'm going to... I think really it's this. This is what I want. Oh, do you see this? Just poisoning, timer 5. I'm just statically setting it. Oh. You gotta comment that out. How you doing, Fritz? Do you approve of the arcane bag changes? I already have it done, by the way. But if I need to add anything, it's going to be really easy to do that. I had to recalculate my number for what the arcane bag is. Just because I think I went too shallow, and I think a couple other mods are using that number for their bag space. So I just made an absorbently large number, and I'm going to use that as the base. And I actually have it all documented, too, for myself. Yeah, those sound fine. Yeah, because I was looking at everything and I'm like, oh my god, I literally put almost every single item as storable in that bag. And I'm like, I thought of it as just a reagent bag, but friggin' everything. So it's more of a reagent bag now. Alright, so I'm going to copy this. I'm going to check to make sure this is even working. Right, okay, so I'm in creative mode, and it's not doing anything. Game mode 1. Nothing. Interesting, so this part may not be working. Very interesting. So what am I trying to... Really, this is the thing that I'm trying to do here. Oh wait, if the player does not equal null... And the player's... Oh, that's what I'm doing. No, this works perfectly fine. Okay, I'm just stopping it if you are a creative player. That's what we want to happen, but if I do GM2, it shuts off automatically. Oh, add Rift Bloom to the bag. Rift Blooms are in the bag. Let me just double check, but I may have forgot to put that in the list. Let me look. Rift Bloom, Rift Bloom. Yep, right there. It is, that's the new number right there. So it is in the list. So it's gonna be the guidebook, just because I'm like, you know what, might as well make the guidebook. You know, it's nice to be able to have more leniency with that guidebook. But like Rusty Dust, Shifting Fiber, all elemental fragments, all Mana Stone items, not blocks. Temporal fragments, all types of Arcanus, all the torches, all of the talismans, even lanterns you can put in there, because I figured those are reagents like torches, they just don't get consumed. Elemental crystals of every type, rift blooms of every type, but really it's just going to be the sprouts, because that's all you can get in survival. The ingots for the Eldrathnium, the parchment, I made runic scrolls, just because I figure those are more consumable as well. And going on, when I start to reorganize some of the stuff, because I want to do a pass on the synthesis recipes, you will be using things like the runic scrolls and the sigil of awakening and things like that more in recipes. That way it kind of diversifies things. The sigil of awakening. So all the every type of, you know, elemental crystal, all that stuff can be put in the bag, which is still an awful lot. But there are still a lot of things that I now cut out of the bag too. So this is a big mod. Like I didn't realize how big of a mod it was until I actually started looking at this stuff and going through it. I'm like, holy crap. This is a lot of stuff. All right, let's do world. Boop. Player by UID, so I'm going to say I'm gonna have to static cast entity player here. Dot entity? No, that's by entity ID, so by player ID. World accessor retrieves the world data. I think there's another way I can get the player, not by UUID. Yeah, because I don't think I can get to it just by static casting it here. Copy this. Well, at least put this in here, put this in here, put this in here. Very interesting. I'm not sure if I need this, honestly. I should be able to do something like this. We're gonna give it a try. Okay, where is it? Oh wait, game mode 1. Okay. It's like it ticked away there. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So the debuff lasts 5 seconds. But yeah, if I stay in it for a bit, right? And then it should be 5 seconds. Oh, would you look at that? It did not. Oh, it's because on entity inside, I think that triggers 1 time. So if I stay still, let's give this a try. No, it's staying on. Weird. I don't know why it cut short there. Yeah, see, it doesn't. It's like if you go through it at the right time, it's not a rapid ticking thing. You know what we probably need to do is I probably need to not do it here. I can get rid of this. We probably need to make a ticker in the block entity. So where if this comes in contact with it, I can put it on a rapid ticker. That would probably help. And then I can change that rapid ticker to like a 1 second ticker if you are inside of it. So we're saving frames there. All right, let's open it up. Let's do it. Block entity station Oculus portal. All right, I need to close all tabs. This was getting kind of crazy. I think I can just set up a ticking I think I could just set up something on the server. Because I think really only the server should care about this, and then the players should get the update that they've been sick. Like I don't want the clients to be doing this kind of heavy lifting. I'll say on ticking or on tick negative effect rust sickness. Or I'll say on tick debuff rust sickness. That's what I'm going to call it here. That's actually what I'm going to call it in the Nexus as well, because when I made this, negative effect was, you know, it was all I could think of because I didn't have an exact name for it. I think after that I called it mana poisoning, And then that didn't make sense, and then rust sickness ultimately won. So that means I just have to change it here. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Alright, so that means I need to make pretty much this. Copy. I'll paste it right at the bottom. This is going to be not as complex as it is right now, I can tell you that. Copy. I think I don't need, like, almost any of this. I'm just going to comment all of this out now, because I may need parts of it. But for now, let's just put the debuff on the player. So I'm going to have to get a snapshot of the player. I can say this dot. Now, how am I going to get the entity here? It would be silly to make a list, right? To make like a mini circle, which is what all of that code is there. To get the entity that's close by. You know what I could do? I could do something like this dot block dot get collision blocks. There's something with like on entity collided. I think that is going to be what I would want to do. Whenever entity collides with the collision box of the block. Now, I'm not sure if this is a continual checker here. It is a void, though. I don't think that's what I want. On entity inside would be another thing we could target. Because it does pass entity in a block position. I don't know. I'm not sure how I want to implement this. Let's pull up Oculus Portal, the regular block. Because I'm pretty sure on it, yeah, on entity inside was what I was originally doing here. And it did work. You know what, let's do RMR references dot logger. I'm gonna do a bunch of these, and then we'll do inside. I want to see how frequently this ticks, because I may not need to do anything super crazy. Because there may not need, I may not need a ticker. This. There we go. That's a little better. So, oh, I got to shut down. That's all right. I modified a method. All right, let's rebuild. Yeah, because I mean, if it continuously ticks when you're inside, I don't need to do anything with the block entity. I could just have this on the... What could I have this? I'm trying to think best, like, most effective way, because I don't want to do this differently everywhere. Because this debuff is going to rear its ugly head in numerous ways. Let's pull up some vintage meat. Num num num. Maybe one day we'll have mana biscuits. Mana muffins. Cinnamon mana rolls. Maybe. I don't know. I've been thinking about it. Ever since, you know, someone's like, ah, put in meat. Holy shit, that's spammy. Whoa. Whoa. That is super duper spammy. Holy crap, man, should I just move this to a tick listener? Holy crap. It lit, because, oh, you know, it's doing it multiple times, because, like, my character height, I could be in 4 blocks at once. So it would be applying the, oh my god, that's a killer. Whew. Eek Murma Durkle, man. let's get rid of that. Okay, so I know how aggressive this is now. So aggressive. Black Nexus, I can get rid of this. I don't need that up. Really, it's going to be in between here. Either I'm going to try to pull... See, the problem is, I don't think there's a method for getting an entity inside of a block entity. You can get one inside of a block. But yeah, see, there's nothing on inside of the block entity. So I don't think I can do this through ticker. So that being said... I'm gonna remove what I put in here. There we go. Help, we're drowning. No. As a kid, that used to make me so anxious. I'm gonna kill Sonic. Right, hold your breath as you're as you're playing solidarity. All right, I'm gonna do. You know what? I'm gonna do a safety check if. Entity equals null. Return. Probably should have a checker like that anyways. Now I can say if entity is entity player. So if entity is entity player, I'm going to make a second accumulator, I think. Maybe, we'll see. But I think I'm going to make one. Kind of looking over here if there's anything else that I want to add. Yeah, I don't think there is. All right, I'm gonna make a second accumulator. I want to use the same words, the same wording, the same method type that I use everywhere else. So I know I'm doing it here. 1 sec. There it is. So that's what we're gonna make in here. Excuse me. So here we go. On entity inside, I'm going to say this dot 1 second accumulator. We are going to increment it. Yeah, because I don't have anything for delta time in here. So I'm just gonna have to increase it by 1. Although, I would prefer to do this in something that would have delta time. This is client side. See, what I just need to do is cut how rapidly it checks. I could do this another way. You know what? I may not need a second accumulator. All right, let's try this. I will say if I'm going to get the... I think I have it in here. No, I deleted it all out of there. Great, I get to retype it. I'll say... let's make a new variable here first. I'm going to say entity player. There we go. It knows exactly what I want. Now I can just say player.watchedAttributes.hasAttribute. You know what? I don't care if it has the attribute. What I care about is getting the attribute. Should be getInt. Let's pull up the Nexus again because it's going to be faster to get it this way. It should be right here. Nope, that is the attribute timer we are looking for. So if this is greater than, if this equals 0, or you know, why don't I just do a less than 4? Right? I could just do, oh my Christ, less than 5, right? Because that's the maximum. So if it has the attribute, right, which it should, you know, I probably should do a quick, yeah, I should do a quick check here to make sure that you have the attribute. All right. Dot has attribute. So if you have the sickness attribute and your timer is less than 5 seconds, then we are going to apply it. We're going to refresh it. So this should tick every 1 second. This equals 5, and this should be set int. I shouldn't do equals 5 like that. I need to put it into here. Right, so this is basically saying if you're a player that's inside and you're not sick, we're going to make you sick, but if we just applied it, we're not going to apply it again. I'm going to do this right here, and I'm going to see how often it triggers. I shouldn't see it spam like this rapidly. It should be a little better. We should save some frames here. That's not good. You see that? Oh, what is this? Server error. Oculus portal off east through an error tick. Interesting. It should not be in the off state. Lock entity Oculus portal. Oh, I forgot to restart because I deleted the watched attribute. Whoops. All right. So I'm just gonna shut down there. Bet you if I do save and then build, it's gonna have something to build. Yeah. There it goes. There we go. Start again. I don't see shit. Can't wait to play test this. Right back over here. Look at that. Inside only ticked a couple times there. I'm going to move this over. You can see. Tick, 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 tick. So it is working. What we need to do is... now it's kind of broken because it was ticking the effect, but it wasn't showing it. And that's because we have those locks to where if you are yeah, we need to do the checks to see if it is a player or not. But that is so much better than the rapid spamming it was doing. Like, that was too much. So we're going to go into here. I'm going to have to rearrange this a little bit. Paste that there. I can get rid of that accumulator. Let's go up to the top and just get rid of that as well. This will require a restart. Right, so I should be able to piggyback right off of world for this one. Player by UID. Player UID. That's what I'm looking for. This will be player. This will be player. Go. All right, let's see if it accumulates. Oh, you know, before I just randomly shut down again, I want to be inside of the portal. There's a couple things we need to do. Let's go to vintage beef. Oh my god, I got to get more than one. Come on, Vice. Give me a stack of 64. Pig out on these. Nom, 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 nom. There we go. Now I'm going to gracefully shut down. Imagine that. He remembers. All right, we're gonna build again. It's kind of funny. I was responding to someone today, and they were talking about how they see the elements of like Ars Magica, Witchery, and Thaumcraft. And I was thinking, like, well, they definitely should see those. And I'm like, you know, it's funny because when I first made this, this mod, there we go. Now nothing is happening to me. But when I first made the mod, I was very, very heavily influenced by Ars Magica. So that's like a lot of the foundational stuff. And then I started to take on like witchery stuff, right? With like the rituals. And when I do the tier 3, you'll see more witchery-like stuff because that's how that's basically the way you gain your buffs. That's going to be how you gain attunement in here, right? So it's going to be like the same system. And now I'm starting to branch out to like negative effects, right? The bad side, the dark side, which I feel is more Thaumcraft related. And I think the ideas that I have for like the mechanical like workstations and like, you know, some of the blocks and stuff and like what they do, that's going to be more Thaumcraft feely. Which, you know, it was interesting to think about. What the frick is this pig doing here? Little piggy. Alright, so I can go in here. It says it's still ticking, though. You know what? I don't like that. Because that means that it's still getting through on the client. I don't want that. I want to get... I need to check both the client and the server. And I want to stop it on both. Although, does it matter? I mean, if I'm... You know what? I think it's fine. If I am not seeing anything happen here, no effects are happening, we're going to do a reload. I'll just make sure that the client doesn't see one thing and the server doesn't see another. If my satiety is still full and my health is still full, look at that. Perfect. So I don't have to do anything else. Let's go to game mode 1. That's what I'm talking about. It hit me. That's about 5 seconds. Hit me. It hit me again. It hit me again. Yeah. That is pretty damn good. Boom. All right, that works pretty well, actually. Good. So that's done. You know what? Let's do one better. So if it's sitting idle, let's make it to where you don't get sickness. But if I throw in GM2, let's get something cheap, you know, something that we can synthesize. This should give you... Oh, and it doesn't give you rust sickness. Oh, wait, it's because I'm in creative. Hold on. Game mode 1. Yeah, there we... Oh, so it did still apply the buff to me. It just didn't take effect. I think I'm okay with that. So it still applied it. It just didn't, I guess I'm okay with that. I guess so. There has to be a better way to get, like, iPlayer data out. Gotta be a better way. Yeah, see, this is iServer data. I mean, you know, I guess there is a way I could do this. Because I didn't quite like that. Because that could lead to, like, desync if you're on a multiplayer server, right? Because your client's going to think that you have the debuff. and the server. But then again, this is only when you're going in creative, so do I really care? I can get rid of that. All right, this is what I'll do. I'll put another thing here. So this is going to cover the server. Let's put in something that just says if, and this is going to be client side related. So I'll say if world dot side dot is client, and then I'll say else, because that will be server side. I'm going to cut this and put it in here. Now for the client side check, I will make I client player, and I'll call this PLR. Why not? And I'm going to just static cast it, and then I'm going to say if, and it's going to be a similar thing down here. I'm just going to copy it, actually. Just like that. Paste it in. My Knight. I'm hyped about the Magic mod. Patty and I made a server, and we added it, so added it probably to the server. Now we just have to figure out how to start. This next update is going to be for you. A lot of quality of life things. I'll show you fast here. There's a new handbook entry up top for like unlocking magic. Different things that you should do, like what the progression should be to start. There's a lot more information here about like world magic and the different things for world magic, because that's going to be a thing in this update. Essence, like you'll notice, like there's some better pictures. I've gone through all of this with all the changes. You know, like using the ley line resonators and the upgrades, magic station upgrades and stuff. It's a good update. Not only that, you'll have a lot of handbook entries. So if you look at something like something doesn't make sense in the handbook and you're like a nexus, you can come in the handbook, click on the nexus, and it tells you like you could craft it by this, craft it by synthesis, what a magic station is, what the ley lines are, right? This is a neutral essence generator, and it tells you about that. The debuff rust sickness, right? So it gives you like all the stuff. How can we get that book, actually? The guidebook is just literally a rusty dust and a shifting fiber. It's not as detailed in the version that you have now. This version is pretty much done. I'm actually just killing a little time because a buddy of mine's gonna help me. I have to look at the multiplayer side of things, and I need another person in the server so when I get the sickness debuff, rust sickness, it doesn't spam and it doesn't like play with everyone. There we go, and here we go. That should fix it. So if I go to GM1, right? So I was under the effect there, but oh, what had happened on entity inside? What part did it not like? Oh, client player. You know what? It didn't like this. You know what? There we go. Fixed. Fixed. All right, let's rebuild and hop back in there. But yeah, I tried to make the handbook really easy to get. Basically, if you can break an unstable rift bloom, one unstable rift bloom, it will give you enough to make your book. Because the idea is, right, you're going around the world and you're like, what's this? I got a rusty dust and this, right? Put those together and you got your guide. Oh, wait, let's do /GM1. There we go. So if I go into it, that is gonna, yep, that is giving me rust sickness. I'm getting damage from it. I'm freaking out, pig! Okay, so let's make it so rust sickness does not affect us when we are not synthesizing. Game mode 2. Let's get a ley line resonator. Boop. Gonna do that. There we go. So this is fresh. This is idle right now. I'm just gonna hang this right there. Because I may need that later. Right? So I don't want you to get sickness standing inside of something that's idle. If it's running, you should get the sickness. So I'm going to put something else in here. I'm going to put another if statement, and I'm going to say if, and we're going to say this dot block. Oh, I don't have to say block. This dot code dot path dot contains. Let's look at the portal types. So we have off, on. So I think I just want off. So it should be Oculus Portal dash off. Yeah. All right, let's go back. Game mode 1, right? Nope, that didn't work. Wait, did I save it and fireball it in? Oh wait, I never put the return. It's been a long day at work, let me tell you. It's been a long day. All right, let's let the debuff wear off. Ah, it's safe. Smell that fresh air. Hey, Load Claw. Are you winning? Yes, I am. It's rare that I can say yes, but I am. How you doing? You didn't reply back to me, or at least I didn't see a message from you. But we can look. I think your container, you probably copied something like the chest or the basket or the storage vessel for your container, and that's a specific kind of container. It's a typed container. But the typed container's a lot more annoying to use because you need to make sure it's looking for very specific things in the JSON. And if you don't have everything in the JSON, it crashes. Crashes hard. That's why I actually don't use it. Yeah, if you're extending the chest class, that is a typed container. So there's a lot of JSON magic you got to put in there. So if we throw this in, right? I'm playing Jane. Freaking out! That's what I'm looking for. And look, see, I have the perception effect going. So it's, you kind of wobble a little bit. And it jerks every once in a while, like I have like a quick camera twitch. But yeah, even at fourth person, or third person, that's what it looks like. So it's a different perception effect. I'm freaking out! Help! Alright, good. So we have it there. We have it over here as well. Because the caps are... I'm not a strong enough magic tier to resist the effects of these caps. Because look at this thing. It is booking. Booking. Alright, what else should we add a negative effect to? Oh, we gotta add it to failures. If you do this, right? Ritual. If you do a ritual and you fail, let's have it be one of the negative effects for failing. Brady out of curiosity, are those sickness effects affected by the game's accessibility settings? I have no idea. Honestly, I have no idea. I'm not sure how to do that. What do you mean by... So you're talking about something like settings... Accessibility? So you're talking about something like that, and then the camera shake? I mean, is that what people do? Like, you would turn those off? No. I don't think it's doing anything. I do notice it's not really doing the shaking vibrations. There's the glitching of the rust stuff, but I didn't see the little bobbing. I don't know. Let's put those back on. 100%, and what was that, like 100? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was... Wireframe colors, that's pretty cool. Oh, wireframe thickness, that's neat. I like that. Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, this is what it is. I mean, if you have a suggestion or know how to link it into that, I'm open to it. I just don't know what to do. I'm assuming that if you wanted a custom container without extending an existing typed container, I'd have to get into the code. Probably. It's not that hard, though. But that's what all my containers are. And all of my block entities that have a container. Do you want to make, like, I mean, if you want to make a typed container, as in, like, I want to make a chest, but there's going to be 3 different colors of it, or 5 different wood types, or whatever, typed container could work. You just have to make sure you add everything that is required in the JSON for a typed container. That's all. Okay, let's add some negative effects. Some negative effects. Yeah, I'm gonna add something else to this as well. I'm gonna do this. I'm going to say, if you don't have the attribute, or... So if you somehow can start the game without having like initialized all the stuff, I don't know how you could, but just in case, I'm going to bypass it, because then you will get the tag. Sweet. Done. Donezo. Copy this. All right, so let's add some negative effects. You can almost hear the smile in my voice. Negative effects. All right, so I am going to have to put these negative effects in. We're going to have to do it in the projectile, the transmutation spell, I believe. We are also going to have to... Something keeps shifting over here. I have no idea what it is. I keep looking over, like, what moved? Something in Discord. Not sure. Alright, so let's hop into here. That's the ritual. Oh, wait, it's going to be within the ritual. That's right. So no matter what ritual you do, we all fail the same. At the end of the day, we all fail the same. Alright, and these are going to be the negatives here. So... stability loss, hunger loss, the loss of mana. Now, should it just be an additive thing? So, like, if you get hit by the stability loss, should that trigger rust sickness? I'm thinking so. I could just piggyback it off of here. It seems mean to do it. You know what? You know what? Why don't I substitute out this right here? So the player hunger loss. Why bother doing that when I should just... Because that's pretty much what rust sickness is. And if you don't have hunger to take away, then I take away more. I start taking away your health. Yeah, I could totally do this, right? So... Whoops. We are going to do this. Boop. Paste. Cut that. I'm gonna get player in. And then for the loss amount, it's going to be... I'll say time amount. Since... Oh, and I can do an int for it. And I will put it into here. I can leave it as 5. Honestly, I don't need any of that. because I don't care what you have. I'm going to statically set it. So it's gonna hurt. It's gonna have teeth. And then over here, the two variables, right? It could be maybe you luck out and you only get the 5-second debuff, or you don't luck out and you get the 10-second. Boop. I have no idea. I was just curious because here and there I stumble across people who have had health, sickness-related problems with the wave glitch effects. Yeah, I mean, I've seen some people do that too. Honestly, I just don't know how to do that. Now, if you could help me though, if you are around, what prevents it from, like, what does the setting, like, first of all, where is the setting, right? I need to know what the setting is. If it's under here, this doesn't look like a lot. And does it just get rid of things altogether? Like, is it the fact that, like, if you put this at 0 for the base game, does temporal stability, like, does it show up at all? You know? So I just don't know what it looks like for people who are playing well, because there is something, like, I may be able to go into, like, the client settings and then have it to where, you know, no rendering happens, right? Like, you just look, it looks normal if you have that setting at, like, whatever the point is, but you still get hit with whatever the effect is. You just don't see psychedelic mode. Like, it would just shut that off. And shut off the, like, how does it work with low health too, if someone has that? Because when you're at low health, everything kind of sways a little bit too. Like, I just need to know what the settings are, and then I don't mind doing it. I don't mind. So let's try and trigger this. Let's fail at some. Oh, you know, I gotta put it into failures here as well. Let's, one step at a time, Vice. One step at a time. Let's create a ritual. Oh, I'm too close. Help, police. There we go. Game mode 2 clears it right up. Amazing. It's almost like you're cheating. Let's do a creation ritual. Gonna grab a bunch of these. Boop. Boop. There we go. All right, load it up. I might as well pop the rest of the talismans in. Boop. Go, bum bum. Bum 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 bum. Oh no, I broke one, but I didn't realize it. Will this be stable? Dot 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 dot. 1, 2, 3, 4. Watch it, it's gonna freaking explode on me. It's gonna explode, right? Oh no, wait! I'm in game mode 2! Game mode 1. Fail. Oh wait, I don't think I have everything. I don't think I have everything out. I think I was supposed to, Alright, let's look at the guidebook, because I totally forgot my own ritual. I believe I have to have game mode 2. Let's pull out the guidebook. I get to use it, yay! I've done so many rituals. Ritual creation. Here we go. Oh, I forgot the catalyst or the reagent. Yeah, Lesser Arcanus. Engraved Mana Stone. It creates a lesser. So let's look at that. Oh, I put in the wrong thing. I don't want to talk about it. All right, game mode 1. Damn! And it blew up. Oh, and this is the long one too. This is the 10. Oh, that was. Oh, yeah. The way I do these rolls is you can have multiple bad things stack. This right here, a 1 or a 2. That's RNG 4. So you have a. Oh shoot! Actually, that's. The probability is actually much higher to trigger an explosion. But there are two types of explosion. There's going to be one that affects health and one that doesn't. I guess I don't really care about that, huh? Why don't I do this? I'll do everyone a solid. Well, we're going to polish this turd. So I will make it a 10% chance, a 1 out of 10 chance that this will blow up in your face. But when it blows up, it's going to hurt you as well, depending on your proximity. And it's not only going to hurt you, it's going to hurt everything within that radius, depending on how close you are to, you know, the fault there. So if you're up nice and close and you got a bird or chicken with you or something, you catch transmutation, that chicken's probably going to get blown to smithereens. You are going to get hurt unless you stand a little further back. But you can also have the stacking hunger effect, which is going to be that rust sickness, which is, I'll say rust sickness. You can have additional stability loss, and you can have mana loss as well. So it's going to pick and choose. So how good can you roll? How well, how lucky are you? The book gives me MC Botania mod vibes. Maybe. I'm channeling like all the mods that I liked. That's basically, and anyone who has any ideas, right? Discord's been a really good place to hand them to me. Because, you know, I look and I'm like, yeah, you know what? We're adding that. Like, for instance, I want my own version of Taint in this mod. I'm going to call it Blight. It's going to be fun. You'll be able to clean it up with transmutation. Basically gambling. Yeah, a bit with this, yeah. If you do not have it stabilized, there is RNG. You can screw up your rituals. You can screw up synthesis. If you have poor caps on, here, I'm going to show you this here. Game mode 1. Or game mode 2, right? I want to be in creative. I'm going to shut this off. It's going to be a little upset at me. I think it'll forgive me. This is a tier 1 because it depends on your caps, right? So this can make tier 1 stuff. If I look here, I can only see tier 1 things, right? But if someone's a high, or if someone has a better caps, they'll be able to see like tier 3, tier 4 stuff. They can still make something for me. Like I can still get the Archmage staff and I can throw it into here. But if we look, the status is chaotic, which means that I'm doing something way above what these caps can hold. And chances are, like, I could still complete it if I'm lucky, but it's probably going to result in some effed up thing. So right there, right? It wants Temporal Fragment. I know I'm not going to get far because this is going to be very punishing. Yep, see? I told you, not only did it blow up, but I opened a pretty big rift in this area too. So that's going to add to temporal stability. So this was actually a pretty bad thing. Sometimes it'll just become unstable, and then it'll require a certain type of essence to go forward. And you would have to feed that essence into it. But I do a nice thing for you. Everything that is destroyed, there's nothing that's permanently destroyed. You just have to rebuild it, right? So all of your blocks will be there. You know, all your reagents will pop out. You know, so you don't have to start it at 0. You just have to rebuild and fix your land. But if you did put in any essence to stabilize it, you do not get that essence back. So that is the only thing that you technically could lose other than your time. He's so evil. Yeah, complete the Oculus. You know, it's interesting. When I triggered that explosion, I forgot to run the command to reset this, because it did pop it out. So let's do that again. We just found a bug. Have you ever looked at a rift from above or below? Can you use that to mine hard or uncontrollable blocks? What do you mean? Looked at a rift from above or below? You mean like I have tools for all this stuff for my mod. Well, if I make a rift, look at it from above or below. You're talking about like that? Like the line? The fact that it doesn't warp with your perception there? Just saying it's a silly 2D sprite. Oh, okay. It is and it isn't, right? Because it's pretty neat. There is a certain effect you can do where it follows your pitch and not just the yaw. That's what I do with my perception effect for like rust sickness. I actually have it to where as you're looking up and down, it kind of stays with you, and it's because that's also a 2D sprite, and it just depends on how you're rendering it, right? What camera inputs you're putting in. With this, I think I can fix it just in the pedestal. So here, if BOA equals null, I think I want to clear the render, the mesh, right? I think I have something here. Clear mesh data is what I want, but I don't want to continuously call this either. Let's go back to here. So we're looking for the Oculus anchor, and if it doesn't see an Oculus anchor, then let's try to clear the mesh data. That's a rapid ticker. I know what I can do. I'm going to cut that out. We're going to go to the other ticker. On infusion tick, because I think this one is every 1 second, which is infinitely better. Yeah, that's every 1 second. So right up here, I'm going to say, oh, it's actually, it's this right here. I'm going to put in a clear mesh data right there. I'm just going to run a quick clear. Right, so that's what it looks like now. So if I save this, fireball it in. So it did not do it. Interesting. So maybe that was not it. Generating inventory mesh. I think I may want to clear the well, I guess I am clearing the planes here. There may be something else that I'm missing. This is another one of those blocks that I really need to, you know, iron out. I was young. What happens if there's hard ores or uncollectible clutter near an explosion? Well, the explosion's not that hard, right? If it's uncollectible clutter, it's going to default to whatever that drop value is for that clutter. So if it's uncollectible, it's still going to be uncollectible. The explosion is not that powerful. It's powerful enough to break blocks, right? But I mean, look at this, right? It came up to here. It did not affect my Eldrathrium. Didn't even hint at it because the explosion went out more that way. And these are really easy blocks to break too. So you don't have to worry about people trying to cheat and like, oh my god, yeah, I'm gonna set this up right next to that vein that I can't mine yet and blow it up. It's not that strong of an explosion. And for that reason, I had a feeling someone would eventually try to, you know, do that. Does it break translocators? I don't know. Again, if it does break a translocator, it's going to be whatever the default break would be. Let's put it this way: the ore bomb. Does the ore bomb break translocators? Because it is a very weak ore bomb. Very weak. Would be funny if a spell misfired could reset a translocator to unrepaired. Based. You know, it's interesting how it stopped like that. it's in a broken state. I want to get it to be like fix itself, right? In some way. That's what I want to do. I think I need to clear the mesh data from this side. So that's inventory mesh. See, I'm clearing the planes here. That's plane 1. Huh. It goes the other way. I don't think it's going to do much. Yeah, it's not going to. I'm just going to keep it up to the side there so like we can see it. There we go. So do I need to... You know, I want to... This may fix it. I just want to do a quick reload of the world and see if it still is maintaining those... Because if I remember correctly, I think I'm creating like a temporary... Ah, see, that fixed it. So it wasn't reloading... Well, up top here, I think I know what it was. This right here, tessellation. Plane 1 and plane 2. So I don't think it actually did its refresh. Because I think I was clearing out the plane. Is there a way? Oh, the mesher. I could probably just clear the mesher. Right? Can you do that? Let's do this here. Do this. Boop. So that would be adding mesh data. I don't really see anything to subtract mesh data. Yeah, never mind. I don't know. Maybe that's just going to be a weird thing. I don't want to harp on it. Kind of sucks that my stuff blew up. Kind of sucks. Be funny if a spell. Not sure what would lead to the same place after repairing, though. Yeah, I have no idea. I don't know. That's part of the gamble that people are gonna have to take when they use magic. I can't account for everything, and if someone's gonna want to do this stuff next to something valuable, they may not know what the risks are. All right, world magic time. What's that? It's the wind. That's great. Pick that up. Put that right in my offhand. Perfect. We got explosions, so you get the negative effect there. You do not get it here yet. Let's add it to here. Those are going to be from... I believe it's going to be in transmutation. Not here, not here. Scroll up. I think it's going to be Oculus Pedestal. Here it is. This is the Consume Essence code, which I have to migrate off of here eventually. We need to scroll down to the failure portion of it. That's applying magic or experience. This is all of the vault stuff. This is the Spellforge crafting. Here we go. Randomize, random stabilizer destruction, summon lightning, trigger explosion, near claimed land. You know, the thing is, I always go past... Wait, it's because it doesn't happen in here. This gets me every time. It's in the portal, I believe. It's in the block portal. Aha. It's going to... Failures are going to be in here. Right here. This is where it is. Spawn rifted location. So, I think I want to give you this sickness early on. Any kind of instability, you should have a chance of gaining this awesome debuff, which will haunt you for the rest of your life. Nah, it won't be that bad, but it will be annoying. You may want to cry. So, where it is? There we go. This is the magical key we have to copy. Alright, so look at the probability here. So either it's going to need light, dark, or neutral essence, or 15% to trigger an explosion. Or actually, the percentage is going to be a little different here. So I roll 100, so... yeah, there's a big chance of triggering explosion. So I'm pretty sure if you trigger an explosion, you're going to get this. It's going to hurt. You're going to get this. Player. Oh, do I not have a snapshot of the player in here? How am I going to give you this effect if I keep no record of you, the player? Because this is just on inside. I wonder if I can tap into Throne. Right, so it would be... Ingredient. Because I may be able to see who threw it out. It's like playing hot potato. Entity ID. Oh, wait. Unique identifier for this entity. Let's see. After initialize, alive. By player UID. The UID of the player that dropped this item stack. Bingley. Cat's breaking stuff over there. Yeah, by player UID. Oh, you're gonna be so gotten you don't even know it. But this isn't what I want. I need to do a player lookup. Let's look to see what the... I'm going to comment this out because that's going to be incomplete. Let's do rmrreferences.logger. I need to see if this is triggering on the client and the server. I'm going to put a nice long equal sign there. I just need to be able to identify it. I'll say this dot API dot world dot side. There we go. So it should say client or server. I'm hoping it says both, if I'm being honest. Oh, shoot. That means I got to trigger the effect. Wait, maybe not. Maybe not. Let's cut. This is upon throwing this in. I'm going to put it right there. So we just need a working Oculus. We just need a working Oculus. I think I admin ate some of the items. This sucks. This sucks. Yeah, I did. Love it. He ate it. Boom, boom. There we go. All right. Didn't do anything. What the heck? Oh, because it didn't even get to this part. Now we're looking for ingredients. Server. It's server side only. Okay, no, that's cool. I could totally work with that. Now I know how to implement this. Where is it? So if this is server side, oh, this is gonna be easy. Easier. It's gonna take some work. it'll be something. Because I just get to use this now. This right here. Because I gotta make a custom player for it. Since I know this is server side and we're doing negative effects here. I'm going to paste this into here. It's going to be this little API. It's going to be ingredient dot, and what was it? UID? By player UID. I'm going to pop this in. Now I'm going to come down to here. I'm just going to say if this does not equal null, we got to do our safety check, like it's got to be a player. Then I can do PLR, and then the rest of it. Cut, paste. Cut that out. We need to do PLR dot entity, because I need to get the entity to put the watched attribute on. Boom! The amount of time you critically failed, you know what? You're going to be blind for like 10 seconds here. It's going to suck. You know what? No. If you are doing something like this, it's going to be 15 seconds. How dare you try and make a tier 4 thing in a tier 1 station? How dare you, sir? Not sure if it would... Oh, okay. That's old hat. Now, with this... With the rest of the stuff, we can have a little RNG here. You know what? I'm not going to give you rust poisoning all throughout. You know what? Maybe I will. Maybe I will. Maybe. I'm just like thinking like, because I got to keep in mind, this is like the biggest difference. This should be the most brutal, the absolute most brutal. So I'm going to be nice. I'm going to make sure that the player exists. I'm going to do a random. I'm going to do a random number here. And I'm going to say if, right? If the random is between 1 and 5, right? If that number is less than or equal to 1, right? So I'm going to roll. It's a weird way to do it, right? Let's just do equals. So you have a 1 in 5 chance of getting this. And it won't be for 15 seconds. I'm gonna spritz your eyes for 5 seconds. How dare you try and do a tier 4 and a tier 1? You know what's making me upset? You guys, it's quarter now. It's not a 1 in 5, it's a 1 in 4. How dare you, sir? It's going to be the same thing throughout here. So there's going to be a chance that you could just dodge it because it's going to do one of these. And if you roll well... No! I'm going to have to be responsible soon. No! No! Need that high-pitched squeal like the movies when a character is too close to an explosion. Yeah, that ringing, the fact that you have tinnitus for the rest of your life kind of ring. This will haunt you forever and you'll never recover. Okay, so for this now, this isn't as big of a push. So I'm going to make this a 1 out of 10 chance. No, you know what? That's too generous. You know what? 1 out of 10. 1 out of 10 chance. Except for here, which is going to be like 100% chance. And this one's going to last only 10 seconds. And then you got this one right here. I'm going to just copy this. I'll make it to where if you do this failure, like if it requires essence, it's not going to slap you in the eyes. But I'll give you a 5-second debuff, a little taste of failure. And I'm going to open a rift in that location, so you better not have your temporal stability low, or you're going to have some rusty monsters coming out to say hi. Son of a biscuit! I want to fix that. It's like, it's eating at me. It's funny you mentioned the sounds though load. The next update after this one, I'm gonna try and find a lot more sound effects. I have all of the stuff in to where when I have sounds, like when a Nexus is running, for instance, like there's going to be a sound playing for that. You know, like impact sounds when your spells hit walls, and you know, it's gonna be like a quality of life thing for your ears, right? It's gonna make you feel more immersive. I figured instead of holding this update back to put that in, I could at least get this update out and then have that be like another update. Boop. I love transmutation. It's such a fun spell. So that should do it. That should do it. I'm gonna rebuild this one more time before I have to be an adult. I want it to explode in my face, and I want to see the status effect. I want it to hurt. Gonna hurt. Boop, boop. Hey, oh, look at that, it reset. Wow, it's amazing. All right. Wait, did I admin eat this? No. There we go. I wonder what it wants. It's gonna be really unhappy again. All right, game mode 1. I'm a noob. Hey, it didn't do it. What? Are you kidding? Wait, did I fireball it in? I don't think I did. Sugar snaps. Shoot. Yeah, I may not have done it. Oh, you know what I probably should do, because this is, you know what, that should be fine. I don't think I need to do an update, like a synchronization. Like, I should mark it dirty, maybe. Where do you get the sounds from? This looks great. Yeah, that's part of the problem. I don't have a set place to get the sounds. I actually use Audacity, and I try to synthesize my own sounds based on other sounds that I like. So it's you know, a little of this, a little of that. If you listen closely, sometimes it sounds like Mario, right? Or some other kind of game. I take some liberties. Oh, where'd it go? Did I admin eat it? Yeah. I could be irresponsible a little bit longer. Shoot. All right, let's get one more. There we go. We'll try and make this. Boop. Oh, it's already going. I didn't need you. Throw you over there. All right. Game mode 1. Holy shit, we succeeded? Nope. Yeah, it's not giving rust sickness, right? It's not doing this. I'm gonna have to figure out what it is. It may be as simple as having to maybe I just need to synchronize this, right? Do something like plr.entity.watched attributes mark dirty. I should do mark path dirty, because I don't want to trigger everything to be marked dirty when it's just like one thing. Whoops. There we go. So I could try and do that to mark it dirty. Because maybe the server's getting it and the client is not. Oh, Ah! GM1 or GM2. All right, let's build this damn thing again. Boop. And then I really have to go. I'm gonna have to like raid and run again, as usual. All right, pop that there. Let's link them up. Boop, boop. There we go. I'll just throw that. Oh, shh. So when it's chaotic, you don't really succeed. Like, these caps are tier 1. How dare you do something to make a tier 4 on this? Working on a Porsche in a mud hole. All right. Let's find someone to raid. I gots to be responsible. Later tonight, I may not be streaming. Load, if you're around, I'll talk with you. I need to do the test to see. I think Oates is going to be helping me out to see if. Oh, I was in game mode 1. It wouldn't have applied it. Oh man. We're doing it one more time. Freaking one more time. But yeah, I just got to make sure that this stuff affects what I want it to affect. There we go. Oh shit, it already started. Wait, game mode 1. No. No. So it's just not affecting it. I'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Who is playing this game? Vintage Story. If the test doesn't take long and everything's good, I'll probably hop on to finish it out, and then this update will go live tonight. Ah, delicious. Vintage Story. Who do we got? 85 total viewers. Damn. This game is growing up. Let's see. I'm looking for keywords here. I like modded. Oh, I like dad. I'm a dad. Oh, let's see. Colony survival. I also like them to be in English so I can understand and interact. What happened? What happened with this? Here. I want to see the English ones. There we go. I think we're gonna go with Juno Wood, because they're the only ones that I see with the modded tag. So we are going to raid Juno Wood. Man, what am I going to have for dinner? I don't know. And I rejoined you at the end. Great. Yeah, I got to go be responsible. Exclamation raid. We're going to do a /raid Juno Wood. And it's great because it looks like they are idle right now. Nope. Yep. I think they're idle right now. They're watching something cook. So that's a good thing. Wait, did I... Oh, they do not allow raids at this time? Fail. Ooh. Alright, well, your ass ain't getting viewers then. Alright, here we go. Number 2. This person has dad as their sub here. Their sub thing. Let's see if we can raid them. /raid. Turning off raiding. Get out of here. Get out. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. This update's nearing the end. The end is in sight. Huge, sweeping changes, enormous quality of life stuff. Should be really good. Should help smooth out some parts of the gameplay loop that isn't quite up to snuff. And it's ongoing, right? Quality of life is always ongoing. But after this update, I want to... Oh, I didn't even get to work on the fun block. So tonight, if I live stream again and everything goes well, it'll be probably... we'll do some fun stuff. I want to make an anchor block that you place down, and if you are around it, you can be underground and it will not subtract your temporal stability for being underground. I like to be a dwarf. I like to build deep in the ground and have expansive areas. I want a block that I can put down to where I do not get the negative effect when I'm close by, close, within 20 blocks or so. Or we're going to make a cloak, a magic cloak that will negate all of that temporal stability loss being underground. Boom! Probably be a cloak. All right, thank you, everyone. I will see you all later. Maybe I'll live stream tonight. Maybe not. Probably will. Bye.